How is it possible that we don't treat HIV? How on earth is it hard to treat HIV? We are told we're just managing HIV and it will just improve our quality of life, add life to our years and add years to our life through these drugs, and you'll take these drugs for a lifetime. How is it possible that we know all these stages, we know all this life cycle, we have drugs targeting each stage of the life cycle, but we cannot treat HIV? Are we thinking? Now it's time to start understanding this. Now, like literally, when COVID came in, everybody forgot about HIV. Everybody forgot about HIV. All of us were worried about COVID. There was a time antiretroviral drugs were actually scarce. They were actually scarce. But at that moment in time, people were just focusing on COVID vaccines and stuff. Now, listen to this. When you have a hurting toe, so you hurt your toe, and then somebody slaps you, there is a chance you will forget that you have a hurting toe. You will focus on the pain that is coming with the slap. My friend, by the time you're going back to remember, I had a hurting toe. Your face is swollen. Okay? So, question for another day. Once you have actually put this information in the media and the media has sold fear successfully, all of you forget your life completely. And this is the reason why you will see a murder case in the media this week. It will trend all over. They will sell the newspapers. They will sell the newspapers. And then a week or two down the line, when the cameras are off the courts, when the case has been postponed for about 6 months, all of you forget about it. And there is always something new. There is always fertilizer that is totally sand. There is always sugar that has mercury. There is always a drug baron that has been arrested somewhere. We just change your perception of things. We just change your attention from the main matter and distract you a little bit. When you face the other side, our matter still boils. We still have a chance to exploit you. That is how it is happening. Now, one day you'll remember those words. You will remember those words. The moment you stick on that television to think that your favorite politician is going to get an African post, chairperson of AU, the moment you sit on that television and think, my politician said this, you're being played, my friend. You are the fool. So stay sane from what you consume from the mainstream media. Antiretroviral drugs in Africa are actually like a donation. They're like a donation. And the will say, before you donate something, you must be able to use it. Are you seeing where I'm headed to? Before you donate anything to me, you must be able to use it. That's the qualification of a donation. But most contraceptives and most antiretroviral drugs are not used in the West. And they tell you that there they have a different species of HIV. Okay? But they'll bring you all the tests and all the medication. And now this medication is supposed to just help you go through life. But it's a donation, but they don't use it. Why? On that donation part, there's that gentleman who came here and who actually wants to convert us to think that climate change is something so serious, and now we need to stop slaughtering animals and start focusing on eating meat that is made in the laboratory. So they extract some DNA from cattle or from animals, and then they go and get and type, and now they print meat. That is coming up front. They're going to print meat for us so that we don't slaughter animals, and they'll make it cheap and available, and we will consume it because we are cheap and available people. We want that. Whatever is cheap and available, we run for it. So that is the gentleman that is actually behind the donations of antiretroviral drugs. So again, I start to wonder, how can we trust that gentleman? Do you know that gentleman, by the way? Do you know him? How do we trust that gentleman when he's the same gentleman behind the COVID vaccines? So how do we trust that gentleman when he's the one pushing the agenda of climate change, but he flies in private jets? that produce a lot of emissions. He's the same gentleman that is telling us not to not to cut down trees to protect the environment, but he has shares in toothpaste companies that are actually making charcoal, activated charcoal toothpastes. Where are they getting the activated charcoal from? He's the same gentleman involved in hormonal contraceptives. Did you know that? How can we trust that gentleman? How? So you can imagine, nowadays, all of you, because I said you should use activated charcoal to brush your teeth, you're running to the supermarkets and buying commercial toothpaste that is actually black and written on activated charcoal without asking the question, how possible is this product available here worldwide, actually? Yet, the same people who are pushing the agenda of not cutting trees are the same people who are producing this. They sit on boards of these companies that make these products. So in whose hands are we safe? You're taking that activated charcoal toothpaste, using it to brush teeth, but behind your mind, you're not even thinking that the same guys who are making these products told us we should not cut trees. So where do their companies get the ingredients to make activated charcoal? Where? Where? Anyway, that was another question. Next question. If viruses rely on our immunity, so that if a virus gets into your system, if your immunity is high, that virus cannot do anything because it will be suppressed. Why then do we need a medication for viruses that we know we cannot treat?